Win fought, win France, we run, we win. This is your friend James. This is a time capsule video. We did do one earlier about coronavirus. This is quite the 2020 is quite the year. So I want to do this is Apple one. There's that 4.0 that caused me to mess with my phone. Yeah, I'm just doing this so you can know, so you can see, you know, what this is, what date this is. So that was Apple. This is Microsoft. Saturday, you know, I just want to let you know. I should change that to 24-hour period. And then, of course, we got another one. Just want to let you know. Yes. You like that? Ooh, so just want to let you know this is what's his face. And of course, as usual, maybe I'll turn off this for a second. As usual, we have time, the official US.time.gov. When this is the website, this is what's going on, what time this is being filmed, so you know that we're not playing around, you know. So so let's start this. I just want to do this about the United States election. So many things were happening. I just want to ask you a few questions to consider for yourself. You can comment, whatever, but most importantly, to go back and look and consider, you know, answer these questions. What are you thinking? Okay. Because this is being posted, it's going public on the 8th. And since this will be on the 8th, which is 7 days after the beginning of the month, we wanted to look and see and do some questions. One, are we still counting ballots like some folks said? Or did we find it on the 3rd? This, you know, the mail-in voting and stuff. They said, we're going to be counting, someone said we're going to be counting ballots this. I mean, it's a yes or no. And if the answer is yes, they were correct. If the answer is no, you need to find out, are they a reputable source, or why? What was going on? Did it really happen? 2, did the COVID-19 cover the United States of America? Did we have a surge, from millions who voted in person, by this fake pandemic? This fake pandemic, but these pushers of this fake pandemic, did we have a surge in running? I was gonna think about. I was fake pandemic. I just flat out said it, didn't I? Did we have a surge in it? I mean, did we have a surge of people going to vote? Did it go up just like during the rioting? They rioted in June, it went up, and then they blamed it on the states. I mean, come on. You rioted without masks on, it went up. No, are you kidding me? No one even said that news. So did COVID recover the United States with all those million people? It's been 8. It's been 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. It's been 5 days. Did it? Yes or no? Let's see. Who are you listening to? 3, were you surprised at the outcome? In your heart, were you surprised at the outcome of this election? 4, were the liberal media projections of Biden winning true? Because everyone I ever saw said he was going to win by a landslide. We're like 200 something votes to Trump. The question is, were these correct or not? This is just a yes or no for you to consider, because that's what I saw on, the Apple App Store, one of these little things that was like these polls and things. People said they were biased. The question is, was it true? The information, was it correct? Consider your source. 5, Trump said he was going to win the election on Twitter. He said about something he said about Miss Pelosi, he didn't want to, do this. He says, after the election, he said, after I win this election, we're going to take care of the stimulus. He actually said that. So the question is, was he correct? Was he true when he said it? I mean, this is one of these things to consider. 6, was a Republican supporter, I left out the word what was Republican supporters' response to the election outcome? Oh, correction, so I did leave it off. Was Republican supporters' response to the election outcome honorable? Was it good sportsmanship, or did they throw an adult tantrum called rioting? Was their response correct? I'm not correct. Was it honorable? Remember in 2016, some people didn't appreciate Trump getting nominated and they rioted. So the question is, was the Republican response honorable? This is the 8th. This is Sunday the 8th being posted, being recorded on the 31st of October. 7, was the Democrat supporters' response to the election outcome honorable? Was it good sportsmanship? Did they shake hands if they lost? Or did they throw a rioting tantrum again? The question is, was their response? Or did they, the question, did the Republicans do it? Go back and look and consider. 8, did the suppression of conservative talk and support for Trump on Facebook and Twitter work? I have a friend that got locked out of Twitter for 7 days. Obviously because someone didn't like somebody, whatever, didn't like what she said, maybe got reported or whatever. The question is, did it work or not? You saw the fact checking and bipartisan. Every time Biden wrote something, it was like it wasn't in context. Most of the stuff that people said about Trump was not true. The question is, did the suppression of conservative talk work? If it did work, conservatives, you thought it worked, conservatives, what are you going to do to fix it? Or did it not work? 9, are you satisfied with the way Trump or Biden or the supporters handled themselves during the campaigning? I muted a lot of people because don't put any jokes about anybody. I was constantly hiding all from pages. But the question, are you satisfied with the way these supporters acted? I mean, in hindsight, do you want to hang out and be friends with them? If you saw them in a dark alley, do you want to do that? If they had all power to do what they wanted to do with you, this is a question, guys. Are you satisfied with the way the people conducted themselves? I mean, come on. Just like the people who were recording and laughing, and cheering on someone who was beating up the cop. Do you want to run across those people in the alley at nighttime, in the middle of the night, if they don't like you? The question is, what's the issue? 10, do you want people to do to you what you did to people who voted against the candidate you wanted to win? Now go back and stop and think. How did you react to someone who did not want to vote for who you wanted to vote for? Now, do you want them to be doing that to you? Do you want that? Now, this is not one of those things where people lie and say, oh, I don't care, whatever. No. If you cursed out someone, made them feel bad, and blocked them, what if everybody who was your friend who supported the other candidate cursed them out, made you feel bad, and blocked you? This is a question. Jesus said, whatever you would men to do unto you, do it unto them. So the question is, did you want them to stop and think? Do you want them to act like to you? Did you want them to, like those people who messed with that sign, and then the people had to go redo the sign, the billboard, Trump support the issue. So the question is just simply, do you look back and see, do you want someone acting the way you did to them if it were actually you? 11, were any friendships lost worth it? Now, it's really sad to say there are some people I know of who lost friendships over this. Were those lost friendships worth it? The question is, was it worth you losing your friendship? I'm not talking about, standing right and wrong. I'm standing for right. I'm referring to, was it worth losing the friendship? For your conscience sake? This isn't no pseudo-love doctrine. This is like, was it worth it? Did you need to let go of somebody? Or was it worth losing it? The question is, was it worth it? Go back and think. You stopped talking with your family. You had a family blowout over this thing. Was it actually worth it? This moves into spiritual concept. And number 12, finally, is Jesus Christ still Lord of heaven and earth? Is he still Lord? Is he still Lord? This is the question, number 12. Is Jesus still Lord? After the 2020 election, after all the people turned down, voted, after whoever won the election, is he still Lord of heaven and earth? And remember, one last thing, you reap what you vote. This is very serious. Whatever you voted for on the 3rd or before, you are going to reap it. I want to let you know this. You are going to reap it regardless of who wins. You are going to reap what you voted for. Life, death, doesn't matter. Whatever you voted for, greed or prosperity or, hatred or reconciliation, it doesn't matter. God said, be not deceived. God's not mocked. For whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. Whatever you voted for, you're going to reap. You reap what you voted. If you couldn't vote because you were underage or something, you're going to reap whatever you supported. So regardless, judgment's happening across this nation. I just want to let you know, don't act shocked when judgment starts hitting people that you thought they were really, really, really nice people. Then you go back and find out because people are going to reap what they sow, whether you think they are or not. Causeless, the curse doesn't come. Let's continue. If you voted according to the flesh, you will reap corruption. That's what the Bible says. It's coming. You better ask the Lord to repent. A measure of judgment will still have to come on you, especially if you violated your conscience. I'm just saying. If God said vote for Biden and you purposely went and voted for Trump, you're going to reap if God told you not to do it. If God said vote for Trump and you purposely voted for Biden, you're going to reap this. Judgment's coming, guys. But if you sow to the flesh, you know, whatever, hatred, racism, what, it doesn't matter. You're going to reap corruption. If you sow to the Spirit, ask the Lord what God said to do, listening to God and honoring Him, you're going to reap life everlasting. If you voted for it, and then we're talking about real serious, you know, don't throw the jump. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that. But anyways, these are just questions to consider about after the election hindsight, because many people do not stop, reflect, and debrief. We need to stop, reflect, and debrief. Was all that stuff worth it? What was going on? And so now when the next election comes in 2022, maybe you want to align yourself with a different group of people or conduct yourself, you know, what's his name? Even with, we're just gonna leave it at that. So we love you, you know, and remember, Jesus is Lord, live, move, be. And, you know, just one last time, we're gonna show you the thing. This is when this is being recorded. And we do want, and this is the thing, so it's a time capsule, so that's just it. So this time capsule video, and we love you, and we're up here in the great state of Washington, named after George Washington. By the way, you should probably do some research, because he actually got shot by some Indians, and he lived, and he had holes inside of his stuff. So our founding fathers were Christians. We love y'all. Live and be.